Good morning, everyone. I just want to first start off by saying thank you to everyone for taking time out of your day. Let me share my screen real quick. There you go. First of all, say thanks, taking time out of your day to come join me on this webinar. Lucky enough to have Luke with F&G on with us today. He's going to dive into their new product, the Flex Accumulator. It's just a great opportunity to look at a great accumulation product with some extra bells and whistles, looking at death benefit, different things like that. So we're really excited about this new product. Think it'll be really good for the portfolio as you're talking with clients. I always talk about several products kind of being that Swiss Army knife for clients who are not sure what they want. And I think this will fit really in with what that does, accumulation, potential to get some money and still have some death benefit there too. So really excited to dive into this product. I'm just going to start off by going through some intro slides here quickly. Um, and once we get through this, I'm going to hand it over to Luke and we'll dive into the product. So if you have questions through his presentation, you can go ahead and type those in. We'll kind of do a Q&A at the end, toward the end, wrap up, ask any question, answer the questions you guys have. So feel free to type those in and we'll watch those as they come in. For those of you who don't know, my name's Laura Johnson. Been with IAMS all together probably 13, 14 years now. Worked 8 years in the admin side with Amber Williams and her team, and then been on the sales team now for going on 5, 6 years now. So anytime you need help on the annuity side, feel free to give me a shout. Me, someone on my team are happy to help you out. So with that, I'm just going to go through a few intro slides here, just tell you a little bit about IAMS if you're new with IAMS or maybe just looking to join us. Some really great incentive programs we've got available. First thing I'm going to talk about is our new producer bonus. We get a lot of traction on this program. It's a really great opportunity that when you first join IAMS to get some assistance maybe on the marketing front. So as you can see on the screen, we've got 5 different tiers for this new producer bonus. You got 6 months to qualify for this. So all your FIA business, single premium life business will count. 100,000 of index annuity premium could get you 750 cash or 1,500 postcard mailing. Maybe you're looking to have a new iPad to take on your appointments or be able to do more things virtually. All with a $100,000 case in that first 6 months could qualify you for one of those. As you can see, the tiers just the prizes just get better and better. I mean, everywhere from radio shows to seminars to Ritz-Carlton travel rewards or maybe some social media marketing, preset appointments. There's a really great opportunity for off those first pieces of business. Let us help you grow your business. It's mutually beneficial. If we help you grow your business, then we're growing ours. So that's really the story of IAMS and what we want to be a part of is helping you grow your business. So really excited about that. After you're done with your new producer bonus, again, I said 180 days, 6 months. We move you after that into a marketing reimbursement program. So for every 100,000 of index annuity premium would count for $100 of marketing reimbursement. If you do 100,000 in single premium life, that'll get you $200. And for every 10,000 of life target premium would also get you $200. So essentially the business you're writing here at IAMS is just going to be growing your business or growing a marketing pool of dollars. If you're curious where you stand, give accounting a call. They can total that up for you. The way that program works, though, is then you pay for your marketing expenses, send us the receipt. We then reimburse you for half of that cost. Continue to do so till you've depleted your account. The reason we do half is we think that an agent's more invested in his marketing if he has some skin in the game. So we really think that helps motivate you guys. But again, a way for IAMS to go 50-50 on those marketing expenses with you. Another program we do have is a referral business, a referred producer program. As you all know, your business is built on referrals. So is ours. Some of my greatest producers have been referrals that I've received. So what we do with this is when you refer an agent to IAMS and they get contracted, we give you $50. When they write their first piece of business and it goes placed, you get $100. And then going forward, we're going to pay you an override on all the business your referral writes. Now, this isn't going to be this isn't taken out of their commission. This isn't out of your commission. This is I'm saying thank you for the referral. So as you can see on the screen, whether it be fixed, indexed, life, single premium life, there's a way for you to earn extra dollars on that business that your referral writes. I will also mention that this is paid out quarterly, so we don't do these on a daily basis. So these checks go out 4 times a year. So if you ask Steve and Charles their favorite checks to sign, it's going to be the ones off the referral program. That's really a good testimony of what IAMS is doing. And if you're happy with our service, hopefully your referrals would be as well. Part of our name, Insurance Agency Marketing Service. Charles and Steve, as they've grown this company of service first mentality, we're not looking to be the biggest FMO out there. We want to be number one, though, when it comes to service. That means, first of all, picking up the phone every time you call. If you've ever called IAMS, you'll know that we pick up the phone every time you call. You're going to get a live person. It's a little old school, but at the same time, it's the one thing that our top agents say they appreciate most about IAMS, knowing that they can reach someone every time they call. If you call and leave me a voicemail and I'm out of the office for 5 days, now that if you call and I'm not in the office, there's 8 other marketers in the annuity side ready to help you. So really, we want to really be there and answer your questions when you need them answered. We're going to do anything from case design. My agents email me all the time, regarding their annuity cases. Get those out the same day, hopefully within an hour or two. We got, make sure you got your forms you need. Make sure you're compliant on all your trainings. Got paperless contracting. Just trying to make it easy for you guys to do business. Because if we can help take some of this back office support off of you, then that just keeps you in the field doing what you do best. We also write business on either the life or the annuity side, and you send your business through our office. The case managers will scrub that business. If it's on the life side, order the parameds for you, things like that. And then we're going to follow up on that business every 3 to 5 days. Again, the reason there, if we can help take some of that back office work off of your plate, that lets you stay in the field doing what you do best. We're really excited to be partnered with Firelight now. We're going to get to our website here in a minute, but now on IAMS's website, you do have access to Firelight, which is kind of the industry leading e-app when it comes to annuities. So with a single sign-on to our website, you have access to do all your e-apps, both on the life and the annuity side. Firelight's what we use, obviously, on the annuity side. We also have iGo e-app for the life, Connect for Medicare on the Medicare side. So really trying to make it easy for you guys to have a one-stop shop for what you need. Right now, you can see on the screen, a lot of the carriers have already been added onto Firelight. Those who weren't on it are working diligently to get on it, as it's during this COVID time, we've really seen a growth on the e-app submittals and clients not wanting to meet face to face. It's a lot easier to just be able to do it online, email it over to the client for e-signatures, and get that business moving much quicker. So as you can see, most of the top carriers or industry leading carriers are out already on Firelight. And like I said, several more are working diligently to get on there as well. If you haven't worked with our creative department, I encourage you to give them a call. They're really here for you guys. They're here to help you grow your business. Whether that be you're new to the business and you need a logo designed or business cards done, or maybe you been in the Medicare business for a long time and want to let your clients know that you do other things. So you want to get a newsletter out. You're looking to do a postcard mailing. We can do all that design work here in-house. So really, we have this team here to help you grow your business, whether it be website, social media marketing, digital marketing. Maybe you're wanting to start a drip campaign through your CRM. Those are all things that we can do here in-house for a fraction of the price, or you can use your marketing dollars versus having to go outside, hire a freelancer to do this. It'll be a lot more cost efficient to work with IAMS on those things. I always tell people the services of our creative department have no cost, but they're also not free, meaning that if you're doing your business with IAMS, that's something you have access to. So as long as you're writing your life annuity business or, have business coming into IAMS, then you would have access to the creative department. Our website, as you can see on the screen, www.imsinc.com. If you haven't gone out and checked out our website, there's a lot of great things out there. You do have to register for the website. Once you register, you can go to your email, check your email, verify your email, and they'll give you access really quickly. Like I said, you got e-app solutions out there. You can do term quotes. We're going to have a new IUL kind of quoting system out there soon. You can get our annuity grid with all of our annuity products. We actually give you access to annuity rate watch through our website. So a lot of great things out there. One of my favorite things, though, is if you go under the support tab, we have a sales resource library. This is filled of materials for all of you in the field, whether it be a financial calculator or maybe you want a specific fact finder. You're working with someone on an estate planning case. Well, there's a specific fact finder out there for estate planning. So, I mean, there's a lot of great tools out there. Also, a lot of good client presentations. Running into someone who maybe is inheriting some money and wants to know about a stretch IRA, how with the new Secure Act and things being different. There's a 5-page white paper out there talking about everything a client would need to know. Those things can be customized. We can put your logo on that, your name, your information out on that to make it personalized to you. So I encourage you to check it out. There's a lot of great things out there available for you. And then, like I mentioned, obviously EAP Solutions is on there. If you are going to do Firelight, we do have a little promotion going on now. We're doing weekly drawings. So if you've never submitted an app on Firelight and you do so in the month of August, you'll be entered into the drawings. We're doing weekly cash drawings there. So good opportunity to help give you guys a little motivation to give it a shot. Once you do one on there, it just gets easier and easier. Nice thing about Firelight is it's pretty universal as far as how it all works. And so once you've got one done with maybe F and G and you go out to do another one with another carrier, you're going to see that's the same process. If you ever want a quick guide through our website, though, give your marketer at IAMS a call. They'd be happy to go through that with you. For those of you who don't know, we do have an RIA in this office. As many of you know, several years ago, the DOL was kind of hanging over our heads, wanting to lump indexed annuities into the fiduciary kind of model. At that point, Stephen Charles said it was time. So Charles Jr., Mike Hansen, Joan, Sarah do a great job for our advisors. We're over 3 years now with the RIA, really growing on that side, registered in most states, or we're registered in all states, but advisors in most states as well. But the way I view it is it's a great opportunity to have another tool in your pocket. You know, how often do we go into a home and client has $500,000? Carrier, maybe you're looking to do an annuity. Well, maybe the annuity is only going to accept 300,000 of that. What are you going to do with that other 200,000? Because if you're not doing something with it, you're just allowing another advisor to potentially come in and steal your client. So we think it's a really valuable thing, and we built this really for the insurance producer. Many of our top advisors are people who 3 years ago weren't even registered. They went out, got their 65, and have mentioned how much it's made their business grow by having that tool in their back pocket. Really, you're able to just gather those assets, do a risk assessment, and we have several money managers you can choose from, things like that. So just a good way for you to have another outlet for your clients. So if you're interested in that, give wealth management, give the office a call, ask for Mike Hansen, Charles Jr. They'd be happy to answer any questions. Two things with this though, you just need your 65, you can be a CFP to get registered. Otherwise, we do have a soliciting program as well. So maybe you're looking at exiting the business soon and just want to have an outlet for your clients so you know that they're being taken care of and it's in-house. You can refer those clients over to the wealth management team. They'll be able to service them for you, take care of them. And then you know that another advisor is not going to slip in and do that. Or maybe you're studying for your exam. You can refer those clients over, and then once you pass your exam, we will have transfer all those clients directly to you. Nice thing about the soliciting program is depending on the state you're in, there's a good opportunity that we could pay you a portion of the fee that's charged to the client. So it's a good way to kick back some money and put it back in your pocket as well. Life and annuity academies. If you've been with IAMS, you've heard about these a lot. We really enjoy doing these life and annuity academies. It's a great way to get in front of 40, 50 producers and help them grow their business all at once. Unfortunately, due to the current pandemic, we have not done any this year. Probably looking at 2021 to restart doing these. But what they are is it's a great opportunity for people who are active in the life and the annuity market looking to grow their business. It's not going to be annuities 101. It's not going to be life insurance 101. It's going to be more in-depth concepts, techniques. Again, how can we help you grow? We're actually going to bring in 4 to 5 of our top producers, and they're going to share their exact marketing plan with you. They're going to share exactly what they're doing to get in front of clients. They're sharing exactly what they've had success doing, and they're there to help you grow as well. So here at IAMS, we're a big family. We like to help each other out. And so these top producers of ours have been part of the family for a long time, and they're invested in helping our other agents grow as well. So really great opportunity. As of now, we don't have any dates on the calendar. Usually partner with one of the home offices. you know, F&G, Equitrust, Athene, American Equity, North American. So usually fly you guys all into one of, you know, wherever they're at, usually up in Des Moines. It's all expense paid, so we cover the flights, the meals, and the hotel, and really trying to invest some money in you and help you grow. So once we have some dates on the calendar, we'll be blasting those out. But at this time, travel is not safe for everyone, so kind of holding off for the time being. All right, with that, I'm going to switch this over to Luke. Again, Luke is with F&G. He's kind of my go-to person there. Really excited to have him with us here. And he's going to dive into one of their new products. So with that, Luke, you should have control now.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
it. All right. Well, I'm going to get my slideshow going here, but while I do that, just wanted to thank everybody for the opportunity. And Laura, do I need to switch? I'm operating off of 2 monitors here. Do I need to switch my screen?
No,
Are
I
you
can
seeing the?
I can see it. You might just want to make it so it blows up. So we right now we can see what your next slide's going to be. I mean, maybe expand it. Can
Okay,
you do full screen
perfect. No
maybe?
problem. I can do that. One moment here. I will switch this. There, that
There
should
we
be
go.
better. All
Perfect.
right, awesome. Well, hey, thank you for the introduction, Laura, and for everybody who I haven't had the pleasure yet to speak to or meet. My name is Lukas Christenson. I am your sales vice president here at F&G. Normally, I would have a picture of my internal wholesaler, but right now it's just my lonesome self running a $1.5 billion territory. And if you haven't, if you can't tell, I am very much longing to have a new internal, but he'll start actually on Monday. So really excited about that. And the next couple of weeks, you'll probably be getting an introduction call from him. But for the meantime, anything you need, I'm your guy. Been with the company for 6 years, been in the business for 13 years. I absolutely love working with agents, advisors, representatives, and helping them in any way, shape, or form. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me about anything. I'm really happy to help. So with that being said, let's talk about the agenda today. First, I want to give you some company updates. There's been some extremely exciting and positive news about our company, and I want to start there on a great note. And the main attraction is going to be the Flex Accumulator. It's our newest index annuity product. It's only 6 weeks old, so you're going to be among the first people to hear about it. And I'll end the session talking about our incentive program, the Power Producer program. And I even have some sales ideas tied to this particular product that I'm going to sprinkle in at the very end as well. So with that being said, let's get started. I think we've got an hour scheduled, but I promise you I'm not going to take 45 minutes. I hope to get this knocked out ahead of time and give you guys, some of your day back so you can get out there and, hey, maybe talk about Flex to some of your clients. I'm being hopeful there. Okay, so starting out, positive news. If you didn't see already in some of the headlines, we were upgraded by 3 of the 4 rating agencies at the beginning of June. We were already, I'm going to steal this from American Equity, A-excellent with AM Best. That happened November 2019. And S&P, Fitch, and Moody's all upgraded us at the beginning of June. So really, really excited about that. Hopefully, if I'm thinking about you, what that means for you and your clients, I hope that's one less barrier for entry and removes any sort of obstacles or objections to do business with us. I know clients are becoming more savvy and using search engines, Google, et cetera, to look up companies, look up their ratings. I hope that this positive news is something that, again, just makes it that much easier to do business with us. So why did we get upgraded? We recently saw, you probably saw this, but we recently enjoyed a new merger and partnership with Fidelity National Financial at the beginning of June. That merger finalized. So FNF, if you don't know who they are, they're the largest title insurer in the country. They have a 40% market share in the residential and commercial remarkets and refinance. If anybody's done a mortgage or refinance lately, there's a 40% chance that FNF was the title company that helped with the closing services. Really strong Fortune 500 company. We've got great synergies with them. So we're really, really pleased to be working with them, have access to additional capital. They've obviously got great ratings relationships with the agencies, which helped us kind of climb the charts, and we're going to continue. We're not stopping, by the way, at A-. I think you'll see an A rating for us long term. So how does that fit into play with us, with FNF? What does that mean? FNF, we are now a wholly owned subsidiary of FNF. So there's no more F&G stock. They bought all the stock. FNF would be the ticker symbol if you want to look them up on Yahoo Finance or CNBC, whatever you use. FNF is the parent company. We're the subsidiary, wholly owned. And if you remember, Blackstone was one of the minority owners in the company. They're going to continue to manage our general account and give us a strategic advantage with our investments. So they're going to continue that, and that strategic partnership will remain in place. But just so you know and your clients know, F&G remains our company, our people, our brand, our product. None of that's going to change. If anything, it improves. But just so you know what's going on and can speak intelligently, kind of what happened behind the scenes. So great news, really positive, extremely excited, and I think more to come as a result of that merger and relationship. Okay, so that kind of wraps up the company updates. So moving on to the main attraction, Flex. Flex doesn't stand for flexible premium, while you can add to this product in the first year. It's actually a play on words, or an acronym, if you will. F stands for focused on accumulation. L is liquidity and access. E, exclusive indices, and X, a ×2 death benefit multiplier. So kind of going into that theme, focused on accumulation. As Laura mentioned, this is an accumulation and growth annuity with a twist. It's got some really nice liquidity and a great enhanced death benefit on it. But at its core, this is an accumulation and growth product. No bonus, no bells and whistles, no income rider. It's a pure growth and accumulation play with some nice added benefits to it. So here's where we're going to spend a significant amount of time in positioning and helping you understand how you can actually implement and use this product. L stands for liquidity. If you're writing anything down, I'd jot probably 2 or 3 of these things down that I'm about to say. The liquidity access to this product is second to none in the industry. It's 10% of the initial premium beginning in 30 days. I'm going to repeat that. 10% of initial premium beginning in the first year in 30 days. As you guys all know, 10% of the account value beginning in year 2 is kind of the standard for the industry. So now you've got a product, in addition to maybe 2 or 3 other ones out there, not many, where you can actually know the withdrawal amount upfront every single year for 10 years with the client. We call that predictability of income. The amount of that withdrawal will remain unchanged for the lifetime of the account. That is huge. If a client has, and you're sitting, eyeball to eyeball, belly to belly with them across a kitchen table or at your office, and they have $100,000 of premium, you can tell them with a guarantee, with certainty, with transparency that they will have access to $10,000 beginning in 30 days each and every single year. Let's talk about the practicality of that. And I'm going to end with some of these sales ideas. I'm seeing, even though this product's only 6 weeks old, I'm seeing a lot of my top advisors use this in what I would consider non-traditional and unconventional ways, like using an annuity as a funding vehicle. How many people use an annuity to fund life insurance, to fund long-term care, to do Roth conversions with, to do 72 Ts and 72 Qs, maybe as a Social Security planning or income planning mechanism? I tell you what, this liquidity feature, and I'm going to show you in this next screen, is the best in the business right now. And I'm trying to say it as unbiased as possible, and I've got some data and research to show you on the next screen why that is. But in addition to that free withdrawal privilege, We've got great waivers. All this is free, by the way. This product has no fees. It's 100% access to, when the client needs it most, home health care, nursing home, and terminal illness. It's pretty standard to have terminal illness and nursing home, but home health care waiver, if the client can't perform 2 of the 6 ADLs, we will give them access to their entire balance without any surrender charge for home health care. I don't know many companies doing that either. So this product has some of the best liquidity that you'll possibly find out there. And we did some comparisons here. So you'll see there's only one other product that allows for 10% of the initial premium in year 1 out there that we saw. Everything else is pretty much 10% of account value, or even nowadays you're seeing companies do 5 or 7% of the account value beginning in the 2nd year. So, predictability of income, having that guaranteed known withdrawal amount that's predictable and, for the lifetime of the product, that is just absolutely huge. So if you write anything down on this product, that would, in my mind, and how I'm seeing people use it, that's going to be 1 or 2 of them right there. So F, focused on accumulation. L, liquidity. E, exclusive indices. You may have seen, or if you're using F and G already, we've got one of the best accumulation stories out there with our Barclays Trailblazer Sectors 5 index. It was last year in 2019, the number 2 performing index in the entire universe of custom indices. It did over 20%. This year it's doing great. It's a top 5 index. In addition to that, well-known and reputable story that we've created that has over 4 years of history, we introduced a new strategy, the Morgan Stanley Dynamic Rotator Index, on this index, or this product rather. Both of these strategies follow the same investment philosophy, and that's modern portfolio theory. Modern portfolio theory today is the most widely used investment philosophy, period. And it's based on Nobel Prize winning work by this professor, Harry Markowitz. He founded it in 1952. Really, all you need to know, it's built on diversification. It's about maximizing the client's return and minimizing their risk. So both of these strategies follow the same exact methodology. Barclays Trailblazer has, underneath the hood, if you look at the composition of it, the 11 sectors of the S&P 500, 3 fixed income instruments, and cash. If needed, it can rebalance these on a daily basis, not monthly, not quarterly, but every single day this algorithm runs. And if the risk is more than 5%, then the Trailblazer can shift. And this year, you better believe it's shifted a bunch, over 30 times. In fact, we've got a real market volatility situation this year. So looking at the performance of this index, even in the midst of a pandemic, we've got a positive return year to date over the last 2 years, not including any participation rate that we add at F&G. The pure raw return of the index is almost 9.5% over the last 2 years. So real strong index. It's diverse, and it's had a great track record and one of the top and widely used indices out there today. It's actually a award-winning index. Structured Retail Products awards some of the carriers and investment banks. And in 2018, we got the deal of the year. So we beat out some pretty big companies, as you can see. Securian, Janus Henderson, JP Morgan. So we're pretty proud of that. I for one, don't talk about that enough. In addition to the Trailblazer, we have the Morgan Stanley Index. And what we call this index is a swing for the fences strategy and a home run strategy. And here's why. Inside of this index, you have those same 11 sectors of the S&P 500 that the Barclays has, okay? All those sectors, communications, technology, et cetera, financial, those are all there with no fixed income. This is a 100% equity index, no bonds, no fixed income. There's no foreign or global investments. It's entirely U.S. domestic wealth. And it has a higher volatility target. We're shooting for a 20% risk instead of a 5% risk. Arguably, the higher the appetite for risk or volatility, the greater the potential for return. Here's why we call it a home run strategy for anybody who likes baseball. What do you guys know about the home run hitters like, Babe Ruth, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, all these huge home run hitters? Well, obviously they hit a lot of home runs. They're power hitters. But what also happens with these power hitters? They strike out. So with this strategy, you're going to hit some home runs, and I'm going to show you some of the past performance of this strategy. But you're also some years going to strike out, right? That's the risk. Kind of like with the monthly point-to-point strategy, you have the greatest potential out of any capped method, but you also have the greatest risk. And that's kind of the sacrifice and the risk reward for picking this Morgan Stanley index. So all the available indices that you have, Morgan Stanley, which is a 1 or a 2-year par rate method. The Barclays is a 2-year par rate method. In addition to that, we've got the S&P 500. Monthly point-to-point, annual par rate, and a fixed bucket. So you've got some really great ways to diversify the client's money in this accumulation. Remember, this is an accumulation and growth product with great liquidity and an added death benefit. So this is at its core a real nice accumulation strategy. I've shown you a couple screens on the resources available on these indices. Both the Morgan Stanley and the Trailblazer have websites that have trackable, transparent ticker symbols with published returns, the composition of the portfolio. There's consumer videos. And if you want access to any of that, get a hold of Laura and we'll make sure to get that in your hands. But if I go, side by side and compare both of these indices, remember, Morgan Stanley's all equity, Barclays is multi-asset. It's got equity, it's got fixed income. Morgan Stanley, we've got a higher volatility control or higher risk at 20. Barclays is 5. Both of them have daily rebalancing. Morgan Stanley is going to be a sector rebalance, whereas Trailblazer can rebalance between equity, fixed income, and both of them can shift to cash if needed when the market's really volatile. So this next slide, if you're looking at the screen with me, is really cool. It's called a Callan chart. If you've seen one of these in the investment world before, then you know what these things are. Essentially, we're plotting the returns of each crediting strategy over the last course of, let's say, 15 years here. So on the top side, you have 1-year strategies, and then the bottom, you'll see the 2-year strategies. And if you're like me, your eyes kind of float to some of those huge returns on the navy blue Morgan Stanley. Well, to nobody's surprise, over the last 15 years or so, we had one of the longest and biggest bull markets in the history of stock market. So obviously, you're going to have some really strong returns from that home run strategy. But isn't it nice to know that if the market does well and we have some performance, that you've got the ability to capture that upside potential? Is it going to do that every year? No, it is not. But is it nice to know that it has the opportunity or the chance to do it? I think so, and I think that's the entire point of an index annuity. Your account is protected. You're never going to lose money, but you also want to have the chance to get some earnings if the market does well. And we feel at F&G, we've picked 2 really stellar indices that have great track records. So if you diversify the client's money, though, and I'm not saying Morgan Stanley is the best or Barclays is the best or S&P is the best out of all those strategies, what I think you should do is diversify the client's money. And this is some statistical research that really proves this point. So what we show here is the average interest credit by blending the money between different strategies and the percentage of the time the client got a positive return. And if you see here, if you blend it into multiple strategies, multiple indices, it increases your likelihood to have a positive return up to 93% of the time. Whereas if you picked one of these strategies, that could be like a 60 or 70% positive return likelihood. So this to me just increases your success and reduces your risk for obstacles or objections from clients, when more often than not, you're giving the client a positive return with a great rate of return between 3 to 6%, which is exactly what these things should do each year. So here, now the moment maybe you've been waiting for is, what are the rates on the product? The Morgan Stanley is either a 40% par rate or a 70% par rate without a fee. On this product, like some of our products, you as the agent and, by working with the client, you've got the ability to what we call buy up the cap rates or par rates. So if the client pays a fee of 1.25%, and in the case of Morgan Stanley and Trailblazer, that 1.25% is assessed every 2 years. So it's a 62.5 basis point annual fee. You can buy up the rate for the Morgan Stanley from 70% up to 90%, or on the Trailblazer from 105% to 125%. So you don't have to buy up the rate. You're not forced to pick any one of these strategies. There's complete open architecture, and then you can always reallocate at the end of the 1 or 2 year period. If you're picking a 2-year strategy, I would highly encourage you and recommend that you put some into an annual bucket and some into a 2-year bucket. So then at the end of the first year, the client's not wondering if you put all of it into a 2-year bucket, geez, where's my return, right? And then you can always, switch it out of that 1 year or keep it into a 1-year method. So I would definitely put some, if you're putting some into a 2-year, make sure you put some into a 1-year too. The
And
monthly
Luke,
cap on the S&P. Yeah, go ahead, Laura.
one thing that gets asked a lot is that they can do some with the fee and some without the fee. And then, and just reiterating that you can do that, number one, is something that people ask me all the time. And then reminding them that only the amount allocated to the fee option is what's going to be charged the fee. Want to just speak on that
Yeah,
for a second?
that is an important distinction to make. So if you put, let's say, 50% of the client's money into the Morgan Stanley with a fee, the 90% par rate, only 50% of your account value will be assessed a fee, and the other 50% that doesn't have a fee on it will not be assessed any fee. So that goes the same for any sort of allocation that you pick. And you can absolutely mix and match between fee and no fee strategies. So we give you, like I said, in what we call investment freedom or open architecture to allocate this absolutely as you see fit with the client. And you can absolutely reallocate it however you want. There's no investment restrictions on this whatsoever. So here's the rates, and you'll notice, geez, why isn't the Morgan Stanley have over 100% par rate, or why isn't it as high as the Trailblazer? Remember, we've got fixed income on that Trailblazer. Morgan Stanley is all equity. So it's probably to no surprise that you have a little bit lower participation rate when you're going 100% swing for the fences all equity. But those are the rates, and the product's been out for 6 weeks now, so you can illustrate this. The Barclays and the Morgan Stanley illustrate the best, and you'll see somewhere between a 6 and 8% illustrated rate of return over the last 10 calendar years, if you're wondering. So definitely a competitive illustration. Now, moving on to the last bullet point, and one of the top 3 bullet points on the product, this is our death benefit or our enhanced multiplier. So if somebody is interested in legacy planning or doesn't need this money or isn't really sure what they're going to do with the money, having that extra death benefit feature, I think, is a nice cherry on top. It's no fee. There is no charge whatsoever to this. And it's a 2 times multiplier for anybody who's an owner at issue less than the age of 70. And then for 70 to 85, it's a 1.5 times multiplier. So to give you an example, 100,000 premium, the client gets a 10% return, and they're 65 years old. So at the end of the first year, we add 10% to the account value, and we add 20% to the death benefit value. So the death benefit is a 5-pay. It's paid out over 5 years to reduce the tax liability to the beneficiaries. And yeah, it's capped at 2.5 times your initial premium. So if you start at 100,000, 250,000 would be your cap. But if the account value grows to more than that, obviously you can take that accumulated value in a lump sum. So no fee for this death benefit for the liquidity features. If you don't buy up any of the strategies, this can absolutely be a no fee product. And I like to compare this to some of the other death benefit products out there. Probably the most widely used today would be the 222 and the Agility. So let's just put this side by side. Those are 1.5 times multipliers for all ages. We have a 2 times multiplier for somebody under the age 70 and 1.5 times for 71 to 85. So arguably, we've got a better multiplier. We've got just almost as good of an annual cap on the S&P as the Agility. It's better than the 222, but we see most people picking the volatility control in the custom indices. And you'll see here our upside potential and our growth on this Flex product, I would say, is equally, if not much better than those products. And here's why. 222 and Agility are very benefits-rich, benefits-heavy products. You've got a great income bonus on there, a lifetime income rider, increasing income options. But here's the sacrifice you, as an agent and the client, make. The upside potential is going to be limited because you have all of those great benefits and features on that product. If you're using those products, and I found this to be the case, just for the death benefit or for the free withdrawal feature, I would urge you to look at this Flex product. And if it's, again, a death benefit sale or a free withdrawal type of situation, you know, we've got, I think, much better upside potential, and I'll stack this product against those or any death benefits out there in the industry. I really would. This is one of my favorite products in our portfolio, and it's, I was telling Laura this at the beginning of the call. If we compare the launch of this product to the rest of them, in the first 30 days, we've sold more Flex than any of our products out there. So we've got some really nice success with this one. So before I kind of wrap things up, I do want to talk about our deferred comp program. This is unique to F&G in the industry. And I know everybody here is helping clients retire. And I challenge you, this is a rhetorical question, but I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you have any carriers that are helping you with your retirement? This has been a priority of F&G for the last 17 years. We've been doing this. We're on our 18th year of helping agents with their retirement accounts. And think of it almost as if it's your own 401k plan. And your only contribution to that 401k plan is by partnering with us and doing business with F&G. We take care of the rest. You do not, some important distinctions to make. You do not sacrifice your upfront compensation. This is in addition to, I think we've got pretty generous comp. We go up to, depending on the product, up to 8.5% street level compensation. So we've got great commission on the front end, and then obviously a real nice retirement account. We've got over 20 agents that have more than $1 million in this account. So it can really add up over time. And if you see this example on the screen, this is what your account would have looked like over a 6-year period from 2013 to 2018. Your account value would be 80 grand. And you'll see in the 6th year, why are there 6 credits awarded that year? Well, this is an example of somebody doing 1 credit per year. And the qualification, just so you know, is $1.75 million for this program. So this individual did $1.75 million for 6 consecutive years. F&G credited them 80 grand. And in that 6th year, this is the beauty of what we call a persistency credit. Assuming your business stays on the books with F&G, we continue to credit you on that prior year's business each and every year you qualify. There's no limit on the amount of credits you can get. There are half credits you can earn. You could be in this program for 20 years, and then the 20th year, you could get 20 credits that year. 1 credit is, as you can see here, usually worth around $37.50 or $4 grand. And I took the liberty of preparing some additional examples for you. So let's say, over a 10-year period, you do $3 million of index annuity business a year with F&G. Okay. So that would be 1.5 credits a year. And over the course of those 10 years, you earned $326,000, assuming a little bit of growth. Principal's the custodian of this, by the way. You've got almost 20 fund options that you can pick and choose from. That's not some phantom account with some bookkeeping value that the company manages on your behalf behind the scenes. You absolutely get a login to this account. It's real money. You can allocate that how you want. So I have another example here for you too, because we combine both annuity and IUL. We've got a great IUL portfolio, really good cash accumulation story and living benefit story. If you're not familiar with it, definitely take a look at it. But let's say you do both lines of business. You do 2 credits worth of $3.5 million of annuity sales, and you did $150,000 at Target Life. $1 of annuity premiums equivalent to 1 point, $1 of life premiums equivalent to 15 points. So in this particular example, we did 3.5 million and then 150,000 on target life. That's 3 credits. So we doubled our last example, and now you've got 673 grand in this account over 10 years. So as you can see, it really grows over time. I just would encourage you to take a look at this and keep it in the back pocket, and don't forget about it, because as you can see over time, this really adds up to a great retirement account that we're funding 100% entirely on your behalf. No sacrifice of comp on your end. So before I give you some sales ideas and practical uses for this product, let's recap the Flex really quickly. This is an accumulation and growth vehicle. The liquidity is the best liquidity feature in the business, 10% of the initial premium, beginning in 30 days, that generates no chargeback of commission to you as the agent. That is huge. We've got 2 exclusive indices to F&G that are very powerful. They complement each other, the Morgan Stanley and the Trailblazer, and don't forget you've got S&P and fixed as well, competitive upside potential, and then that free death benefit, the ×2 multiplier for most ages, or 1.5 times for the older ages. So it's a great accumulation and growth play for liquidity and death benefit. So I promised you some sales ideas, and this will only take me a minute or two. You may have a gold mine in your file cabinet or your hard drive, and that's existing clients. I think you'll find, if you've done this at all and mind your book of business, more often than not, clients aren't using their annuities for income. If they have an income rider, there's a 92% probability they're not going to activate that rider. Well, if you've got some older accounts that are close to surrender period, or at surrender, or past their surrender period, I think you're going to find that more often than not, those clients are not needing to use it for income. And that's a great, really positive conversation, Mr. or Mrs. Client. The plan that we worked on together is working just as we hoped it would. You don't need this money for income. You're not needing this to access it, to draw lifetime income or to take withdrawals off of. So it's been a while since we reviewed this. Let's maybe repurpose this. And since you're not needing this for income, let's maybe put it into a product that has more current features today, better benefits, and let's repurpose this for something that's more applicable to your situation today. Maybe you want to pass this money on to your significant other, right? To Jane over there. Maybe you want to pass it on to your grandkids or your kids or to a charity. Let's look at solutions that aren't going to cost you anything, that have great legacy features. And this is a really good product to do that with the Flex. Also, is anybody doing full Roth conversions or partial Roth conversions? You know, it's a great way to create a tax-free death benefit to lessen the client's tax bracket or tax liability when they're close to or nearing or at retirement. And a Roth conversion, just like life insurance, will create a death benefit that is tax-free. And this is a great product to do that with. It could be the funding vehicle, and you'll have 2 death benefits going to work, right? Use this to fund life insurance. So you've got a death benefit at play with the life insurance, and you've got a death benefit at play with the annuity. And if you're doing a Roth conversion from one annuity to another, this is a great funding vehicle to do that with. Predictable liquidity, funding long-term care, life insurance, or if somebody needs access to their qualified dollars, a 72T or 72Q, you need to have that predictable amount known up front, and this product can help you do that as well. So these are just 4 or 5 different ways that I'm seeing some of my top guys use this product in a practical manner with their clients. Hopefully, I've sparked a light bulb for you. But with that kind of concludes my portion of the presentation. I don't know if we have time or not for questions, Laura, or if there are any, but I'll kick it back over to you.
Yeah, at this point, no questions have really been typed in. I think we covered it really well. Again, like I mentioned to everyone at the beginning, I talk about, a very flexible product, something that, you got that client who's not really sure what they're going to want to do. I mean, this is a great solution for no cost to be able to be flexible, and they put that in the name. And, with the track record with some of these indexes now, I mean, we've seen some really nice returns. So I think this will be a really great opportunity, something you should definitely have in your portfolio. We didn't get any poll questions added in today because, someone asked about commissions. What is the commission on this? And are we going
Oh,
to be,
yeah,
and they're asking if you're going to be adding trail commissions anytime soon.
great questions. Yes, I didn't cover the commissions. My apologies on that. This is a street level comp of 6.5% for most ages, just like if you're familiar with our accumulator product or the Flex Accumulator, our other two growth solutions, same exact comp. So it's just the upfront commission option today. We are planning on adding additional trail options, and it'll be in the first quarter of next year. But you'll have a variety of commission options to pick on each and every app, including upfront, levelized trail, a modified trail commission. So yeah, we're actively working on that behind the scenes. Absolutely.
Perfect. Someone else asked if we had a recording of this. So following the webinar today, Alex, my assistant, is going to send each of you an email, which will include the brochure, the fact sheet, rate sheet for this product, commission schedules, things like that. So you have all the information. Someone else mentioned the indexes. I can also have him include the microsites for both the Morgan Stanley and the Trailblazer. I'm on these websites every day tracking them. So in the email from Alex, my assistant, will be coming from Alex Gayton here at IAMS. We'll include marketing materials. I'll include the indexed information. All of that will be included as well. And with that, let me see if there's any others. I think that's all the questions. So we really appreciate you taking time out of your day, everyone. Like I said, I'm going to follow this up with a phone call um, to everyone. If you have a case you're working on, things like that. If you have an illustration you're working on, I know someone just mentioned an illustration. I'll be following up with all of you guys later today, first thing tomorrow. And Alex will be emailing you. Alex does all my illustrations as well. So, shoot him an email back, letting him know what you want to see, and he'll be happy to get that done for you. And with that, thanks for taking time out of your day. Thank you, Luke, for joining us today, and we will talk with you all soon.
Thanks again, Laura. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.
Bye.